President Trump isn't just targeting crime, he's also targeting D.C.'s homeless population. His hardline stance and offer to them is go to a shelter or go to jail. That includes zero tolerance for homeless encampments anywhere near the Capitol. The group Street Sense shot this video today of an encampment close to the Kennedy Center being torn down. Not everyone agrees, however, that military force is the answer to the homeless issue. It's just a temporary solution, says my next guest, that does not address the root problem. Adam Rios is a major with the Idaho Army National Guard, and he was once homeless himself. Adam, great to have you on the show. Thank you so much. So you were just 9 years old when you started living on the streets. What was that like? You were just a kid.
Well, 9 years old, started a process of some divorce and lots of relocation. And by the time I ended up back in New York, there was a period where we had to struggle to make ends meet. And my father was addicted to drugs for a time. And there was a short period there where we didn't have a place to stay or power in the home, and we had our poor pet hamsters froze solid. It was quite an experience. But we ended up in foster care after that, and met some great people who were able to show us a lot of compassion and learned a lot from them. So
yeah, you say your foster family really turned your life around.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. There's lots of values. I think, obviously this is a political issue now, but some of the greatest lessons learned was learned through an exposure to new experiences, new people, new subcultures, new norms, and that takes a lot of compassion and time. It's not that you can't clear the streets. It was demonstrated in California with Gavin Newsom that the streets can be cleaned quickly, but the problem, I think, is ideological. It has to do with a lot of sense of safety, education, a lot of compassion and care for what individuals know, and to be able to target exactly what you're trying to target. How do you distinguish between the homeless and those that are behaving badly, those who are
right.
Criminal?
So I want to get to that bigger political issue in a moment, but back to your personal story. When you were 20, you enlisted in the National Guard, and you say the military was the smartest thing I could have done. It changed me from a little hoodlum into someone who could take charge of your life, pay your bills, and go to school.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great mobility opportunity, an upward mobility opportunity.
It's also discipline, self-discipline.
Oh, for sure. Oh, for sure. There's a lot of opportunities to smack your face into lots of things and learn a lot of hard lessons and discipline yourself as well. Again, coming out of a position where I didn't have a lot of normative examples, it was really good to be presented with some merit and performance-based objectives and goals, and really just be held to those standards and made accountable for them. It was a new experience for me. It was certainly a huge transition that took several years.
So as somebody who is in this very rare position of having been in both sets of shoes, a homeless person and a National Guardsman, what do you make of the ask that the president is making of the National Guard of Washington, D.C. to go out and to clear these homeless encampments out, to move these homeless people, to issue them this warning, this ultimatum? You either go to a shelter or you go to jail.
Yeah, and I'm not sure of all of the details. I do know that the National Guard is there in a supporting role to law enforcement. I think it's very important, in my years as a trainer and a mentor and a coach, training young officers. It's very important to present them with the criterion for success and failure, to allow them to know exactly what the target is, when you win and when you lose. The National Guard is a wing of, our military forces. They have very specific training,
right.
Skills, capabilities. As long as we're direct with what it is that they are supposed to do, I think they can be effective. I think, again, there's probably a deeper issue with, that is carried on past just this DC, but is infecting a lot of places that need help.
It is. There are many cities grappling with this issue. There are no easy answers. But we do know, based on even your story, that not everybody who's living on the streets is a drug addict or has severe mental health issues. Some of them are just teenagers like yourself who had a really hard life and managed to pull yourself out of it and do something fantastic. Major Adam Rios, thank you so much for being with us. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.